Hi, Eric Simpson from the Personal Wellness Studio, and I've just made this short video covering the 9 characteristics of successful weight loss. Now, this is not an exhaustive list. It's based upon my observations over 25 years of working in health fitness and helping people to lose weight. I'm sure when you hear the list you'll be able to come up with some other characteristics that you have seen either in yourself or other people when they've tried to lose weight. So I've broken it down into 3 categories: mindset, nutrition, exercise, and under each category I'm going to give you 3 of the characteristics, and that will total the 9. So let's start off with mindset. Number 1, uncertainty. When people start out on weight loss, often there's a degree of uncertainty, and that's not uncertainty about whether or not exercising and eating healthily will actually result in weight loss. The uncertainty really is in whether or not they can follow through in what has to be done to lose weight. And that uncertainty can be born out of past experiences of trying to lose weight and failing, or losing a little bit of weight, plateauing, and then putting all the weight back on again. So my advice to you is, if you're starting out in a weight loss program, lifestyle program, whoever's going to be helping you, be that a gym, a slimming club, a trainer, a coach, try and get them to lay out in front of you the emotional journey that you'll be going on. That will just help to allay and reduce any uncertainty on your behalf when starting out. But uncertainty is quite a natural characteristic to have, so don't be put off by that. Number 2, coachable. A willingness to listen and try new things, and also become a little bit vulnerable as you go through this what could be a new process for you, a new approach of losing weight. If you haven't done it in a particular way before, then you really have to be coachable. If you're not coachable, then you're not really going to be listening, and if you're not listening, then there's no way you can really move forwards. Number 3, patience. And you are going to need patience with yourself. Starting off on weight loss, healthy lifestyle, you're not going to get instant results, and what you are going to find is that every now and then you fall off the wagon. You've got to be patient with yourself. Try and avoid beating yourself up. Beating yourself up will only slow down the process. It will not help. So those are the 3 under mindset: uncertainty, coachable, and patience. Nutrition. Number 1, breakfast. Now, I know you've heard that before. We're not just talking about any old breakfast, i.e., cornflakes, a bowl of Rice Krispies. We're really speaking about something that is nutritionally dense, whole foods that are nutritionally dense and low calorific value. And these sort of breakfasts are really going to set you up quite nicely for the day. And if you want some ideas on nutritionally dense breakfasts, then get across to the website, our website, personalwellnessstudio.co.uk. And at the time of this recording, down the right hand side, you can sign up for a free video guide to a flatter stomach, and within that video guide there's an eating plan in there which has some good breakfasts for you to follow, or certainly use as guidelines. Number 2, water. Now, I know for a lot of people the idea of drinking water can be a little bit off-putting because of the taste of water, can be a little bit bland, but let me give you a little tip for that. Just by adding something like a slice of water or a slice of lime, that can just take away a bit of that blandness and give it a little bit more taste. In terms of making it more of a habit, a daily habit, again, a lot of people forget just to make it a habit. It might be worth you while purchasing some sort of water bottle of some value. And myself, I sometimes find it, or have in the past found it, difficult to keep drinking fluid, although I am a trainer and a coach and I promote this stuff. And one of the ways around it for me was to purchase a water bottle of some value. It's called a Clean Canteen, spelled K-L-E-A-N, and canteen spelled with a K as well. And it's worth a little bit of money, so it's something that I value and I'm quite happy to have around. It's not like your standard water bottle, which quite frankly you don't care whether or not you lose it or not, and whether it's with you or not, it's not really that much of an issue. But when you've spent 5, 6, 7, 8 quid on a decent bottle, chances are you're going to want to have that around. So there's just 2 quick tips for the water. In terms of fluid amounts, it should be taken on board anywhere between 1.5 and 3 litres per day, depending upon your size and your activity level. 3rd characteristic under nutrition: allow for occasional indulgences. Don't fall into the trap of saying things like, I'm going to cut out carbohydrates, wine, chocolate, biscuits, crisps, all those things that more than likely you've had in the past and possibly still eating. Rather than do that, maybe aim to just minimize and reduce how much of that stuff you're having. In the ideal world you cut it out completely, but for most people the reality is they're going to want to go back to some of that food at some point in the future, and if you build it in ahead of time, then you're not going to feel like a failure when you have a bit of chocolate or a drink of wine or something like that. So those are the 3 top tips or characteristics under nutrition: breakfast, water, and allowing for occasional indulgences. Exercise. Number 1, plan it and do it. If you plan something, you're more likely to do it. If you don't plan it, the chances are it's not going to get done. So whether that be a walk, going to the gym, going to the slim, whatever it might be, if you plan it out, you're going to do it. The chances are you will do it. Number 2, resistance training. Now this is an area that for most women is quite alien because of the myths surrounding resistance training, using weights, using your body weight. There is a myth around it that if you do these sort of activities, you will become big and muscular, and that's simply not the case. For starters, women have less testosterone, which is the hormone required for building muscle. They have way less than what men have, so the chances of women bulking out, like you see some of these female models who are really, really massive, that's simply not going to happen unless you're taking some special substances, let's just say that much. So resistance training is going to help to boost your lean body mass, which will in turn help to boost your metabolism. And the great thing about boosting your lean body mass is it will also boost your metabolism when you're at rest doing nothing at all. So you'll be burning more calories when you sat there doing nothing at all. And the third thing under exercise is, the third characteristic is having a hobby or an interest that is directly linked to exercise. I'll give you an example. I was coaching a fella down in Kent. His hobby was flying these gliders, these motorized gliders, and I think I'm right in saying he had to be under, I believe it was 14 stone in order to hold a license. If he was above 14 stone, he couldn't fly. So his motivation was directly linked to his hobby, which meant it was more likely A, to succeed, and B, to maintain it long term. So there you have it, 3 categories. Under each category, 3 characteristics totaling 9 characteristics. Hope you found that useful and interesting. Please do leave a comment, and also any characteristics that I've not mentioned that you think are important, mention those as well. Thanks for listening.